On this episode of Internet Business Mastery, we talk about ways to make money online fast. And in the quick tip, we share a resource for easily making a user-friendly archive page for your site.
Welcome to InternetBusinessMastery.com, where you will learn to take control, make more money, and start an internet business today. Here are your hosts, Sterling and Jay.
Hey everyone, I'm Sterling.
And I'm Jay.
And we're here on a mission to help you start your own internet business. Definitely go to freevideogift.com to check out our free video that teaches you the right way to start your very own internet business. So Jay, are you moved in? I can hear that you're there. It sounds different.
It does sound a little different in this new office. It's kind of a bare office right now. If people hear just a little more of that what we call room sound or echoey sound, it's because I'm in my new office. It's not completely set up. It's got about a 10 or 11 foot ceiling and just my desk. It's a wood floor and there's no furniture in here yet to kind of absorb some of that reverberant sound. You'll probably remember when I lived in Argentina, I had this situation and I'd throw the blanket over my head to kind of deaden that echoey sound.
Yeah, how many episodes did we record with a blanket over your head for the sound?
Quite a few. I mean, I was there about 3 months, so it was probably at least 6 or 7 or 8.
Wow.
Like that. Yeah. I guess this time I decided I wasn't going to do it. Just messes my hair up too much. I got to look good for the show.
Yeah, we don't want that with all the people that will see you in your home office.
That's right. But yeah, we're all moved into a new place. Melanie and I wanted more space and to get ready for our child. That's our first child that will be coming in February. So we thought a bigger yard, more space would be a good idea. So we gave up our downtown 15th floor view and apartment for a home that is in a slightly different area of Portland, but still very cool. But yeah, it's a little bit of a lifestyle change, but I'm excited for something new. And it'll be good.
Yeah, very nice.
And now, the features segment.
So let's talk about how to make money fast online. I think that's something everybody wants to do, is make money as quickly as they can on the internet. And there's certainly a lot of great ways to do that. I mean, the usual system that we talk about and teach in our academy is more about, empire building and building this lasting business that will bring you income for years and years to come, and that will make you more and more money as you work less and less because of you set it up as a system initially. And so it has that, those great solid long-term benefits, but it might take a little more time up front to snowball and really get going. However, on the flip side of things, it is nice to know some ways to make some money online fast, especially when you're first starting out, because it kind of gets the juices flowing, gets your confidence boosted, and helps you maybe prove out a niche really quickly and get a little money coming in that you can then invest back into the business to kind of grow things out from there. So we thought it would be nice to kind of shift gears and talk about fast money making online, even though, and the reason why it may not make as long-term of a business model for people is because often it's leveraging systems and things that take a lot of upkeep, or you have to set up a lot of them in order for it to make an aggregate of enough money and things like that. But there's definitely value and a time to know some of these tactics for making money quickly online. So this is something that we've been testing out a lot lately, different things, and finding out what works in order to teach these things. And for the first time ever, we've been teaching the real detailed how-to of some of these strategies to our coaching students that are going through our coaching program, our Coaching Lab 101 program right now. And they've been building up followings very quickly and seeing some great results there. But we'd like to give kind of an outline of these tips and strategies on this episode to give people an idea of the kinds of things they might be able to go out there and try and put into action. So I guess the first thing to talk about is, there's 2 elements is all you need to make money online fast, or make money online at all. Fast, slow, medium, whatever pace. What you need is an audience or a following or a list. Those are all kind of the same thing. Or you could think of this as traffic. You need traffic to a site or to a product or, to whatever it is that you're offering up. And that's the second piece right there, is an offer, a product or an offer. So traffic plus product equals profits, or an audience plus an offer equals, money online. Is a couple different ways you can look at that. So those are the two elements. Number one, an audience, and number one, an offer. So we want to break that down and look at each of those pieces of that equation and the quick ways that you can build up or get those things working for you online. So let's start with the product or the offer. If you, Sterling, had an idea for a niche, online, and let's say you even had built up a little bit of a following for it and you wanted to test out if you could make some money with it, but you didn't have time yet or didn't want to take the time to actually make a product yourself, what would you do to offer something and get them to buy something, make some money without having to go through a whole lot of effort yourself?
Well, it would definitely be an affiliate offer. I would find an affiliate network and try and find a product that might already be written or created for the niche that I have just built. Or, in some cases, I even go look for different niches and that beforehand and go, oh, look, this, and I'll buy it and check out what the product is. And most of the time for the, affiliate products, they're relatively cheap, under $100. So it doesn't break the bank to actually buy the product and look through it and see, get my evaluation of what the product is. And, that's a really fast, quick, and easy way to have a product in a couple of hours. You just look around, look through an affiliate network and, find something that matches your market.
Yeah, definitely leveraging the work that somebody else has already put in. They've already made a product, and if you do a bit of research the right way, you can even find one that has a bit of a proven track record to actually sell online. And so you don't have to sit down and outline or record or write or create and edit and package together your own product. Like you said, in a matter of no time, even a couple hours from now, you could find something that you could promote to whatever following you have. And the idea of commissions for referrals have been around even before the internet. But that's a basic idea, I guess, for anybody who's not familiar with that term of affiliate offer or affiliate product, is basically choosing something where the vendor or creator of the product, if you, for anybody you refer to that product that buys that product, you make a percentage of the sale price. You get a commission off of the sales. And online, this works really, really well because it's a matter of signing up for the affiliate, what they call an affiliate program. So signing up to be somebody who can promote that product. And then in turn, they give you links that you can use to promote that product. And so every time people click on those links, that's all tracked online. If somebody were to buy that product, even if it's not right away, even if they were to click through and then buy the product a few weeks later, there's ways that they track that to then trace the referral back to you and go, okay, so-and-so was the person that referred this buyer, so we're going to give them a cut of the sale. And it could be anywhere from a few percent to 10 or 20 or even 30 to 50%, depending on the product and the vendor and the terms that they set up. The most probably well-known affiliate program online would be something like Amazon.com. I believe they call it their associates program. But you can sign up and get links to refer people to just about any product on Amazon. And if anything's bought, you can make a cut of that, a commission off of that. Now, they tend to have a lower percentage rate, and so it takes a little more time to actually build up, any kind of reasonable income off of that. But it is a simple and easy way to kind of get your feet wet with the whole affiliate program type thing with a very trusted, large, well-known vendor that has, everything A to Z, every kind of product you can imagine can be found on, Amazon. So that would be one place you could go, or Sterling, you mentioned affiliate networks as a place that you can go to find products. Affiliate networks being sites that match up vendors and affiliates, so people who have something to promote and people who are looking for something that they can promote to whatever following they have. Is there a particular affiliate network that you have used recently or that you like?
Yeah, the one I use the most is clickbank.com. And they just have just about everything you can think of. We even, as a joke, looked yesterday for our coaching call for our coaching students and found a macrame product. We always joke about sewing and macrame as like a niche, and they actually had a product for it.
Yeah,
so
it was.
They got a lot there at ClickBank, and I've done a lot of testing with their stuff. So it's definitely a great place to start.
And then if you just go and Google affiliate networks, you'll find all kinds of other things that you can go ahead and check out. So that would be one of the quickest ways to have something to offer. Now, there's another way that you could come up with something to offer just as quickly, but it would be your own product. And the cool thing is you can sell it without even having the product really created yet. And that is to do like some kind of a call series, a teleseminar series, or a coaching series of some sort. And so what we mean by that is, if you had a following of people on Twitter who were all interested in, let's say, bowling. Bowling might not be a good example because you might have to actually see somebody bowl. And macrame, there you go. But so whatever the topic might be, and you wanted to put an offer out to that following to make some money quickly right now. Well, an easy way to make money right now and actually get paid to create your product is to do, some kind of like group coaching series. So this would be, just going to one of these sites like freeconferencecall.com. You can sign up for a free conference line and then basically like have people pay you through PayPal and, promote, say, hey, for the next 4 weeks or 6 weeks or whatever the case may be, I'm going to do a weekly call. It's going to be on Monday nights. I'll do a little bit of training for like a half an hour. And then for a half an hour, I'll answer all your questions that you have. And, it's going to cost, $50 to participate in this 4-week series, or $200, or it might even be $500. It all depends on, the topic and how much people are willing to pay for the kind of information that you have. If you're teaching like stock trading tips, well, the people might be willing to spend more money on that. If it's something like macrame, well, maybe it's going to be a little bit on the lower end of the price. But either way, the cool thing there is you set a date for when these things are going to start. You go ahead and promote it. And it kind of forces you to do it. Now that you've sold it, well, you've got to do it. And a lot of times we can kind of, procrastinate and put off creating a product. But the nice thing here is, you're creating it live, which sometimes makes it more exciting and fun to have people participating in that process with you. But you're also getting paid up front and in advance. And so you've already been paid to go through and create this product. You already know that people are interested in it before you spent weeks writing an ebook just to find out, oh, you can only get a few sales off of it. In this case, if you don't get any sales or only get 1 or 2 sales and you decide, oh, well, that's not really worth my time, then you can just refund people and go, okay, well, this series has been canceled or whatever. But that is one quick and easy way to come up with a product that you can promote and actually get paid in the process as well.
Yeah, talk about the best way to create a product, get paid first. I know we always have been fascinated with that. And even our very first coaching course, when was that, 2007? What'd you say?
Yeah, 6 or 7.
2006 or 7. That was the thing. We outlined exactly what we wanted a coaching course to be, just, a very specific outline of it, but not completely created the product. Everybody paid, and then the week after everybody paid, we're creating a product, but we'd already been paid. So it definitely makes it even more exciting to create a product when you got a full bank account because of it. So that's awesome.
Absolutely. All right, so that kind of covers the product or the offer side of the equation. But of course, people are going, okay, well, who do I promote this thing to? And that's a very good question. You definitely have to have both to make this whole thing work. So let's talk about some quick ways to pull together an audience. So if you had a niche idea today and you're like, oh, it might be interesting to try that out, see if I can make some money off of that fast here in the next couple weeks. Here's some interesting ways. And I know you've been playing with this a lot, Sterling. You've had several different ideas that have come to you, everything from urban survival to some other things that you've tried as well. What is currently your favorite way when you have one of these ideas come to you and you want to test it out, see if you can make some money? What's one of your favorite ways, or your favorite way right now to find that following to promote to?
Well, it's hard to say which was really the favorite. I mean, there's 3 major ways I'm doing, and each of them have, different benefits and stuff. And one of the ways is definitely Facebook ads. And I mean, it's such an exciting and quick way to do it. Just as a side note, we're actually creating a product around it right now. And that should, probably come out maybe early next year. But this is it's a fascinating way to, you can take a ClickBook product, you can, put up different ads for it, and you can make money right away. And you use that same exact idea. I mean, it's a very simple and basic understanding of how to do it. And you can do that with Facebook fan pages as well as Twitter. So, I mean, like, those are the three ways that I'm trying to, test and do different things to see how fast you can possibly make money. Now, the fastest was with Facebook ads. I was able to, 2 hours from when the ad went up, I made the first sale in a market that I really know nothing about. So, like, I picked just a certain market and I put up, an ad and drove it to, a certain product, and boom, I made my first sale in 2 hours, which, as far as I know, is the fastest. That's the fastest I've ever heard of somebody making money online using any of these type of techniques, or any technique. And that was our actual goal recently in the last, 6 months or so. We've been talking about, everybody seems, no matter, how big they want to create an empire, which is what we teach, is this, we want to create something that's bringing in, $50,000 a month, but still in the end, everybody wanted to see how fast that first sale could come. And, that was kind of the journey that led to finding these different techniques and stuff.
Give us an example of a niche that you used with Facebook ads to make money.
Well, the first thing I wanted to do is make sure that I addressed something that people say all the time. Like, people say, oh, well, the way to make money online is to teach people to make money online. And that's the only way people are making money. So I wanted to make sure that with any of the tests I did, it didn't have anything to do with internet business, internet marketing, or any of that. So I decided to do something that I figured people could find out all the information that this item was going to sell online for free, but I wanted to just test and see, and it was a video game strategy guide.
Nice.
And because to me, it seems like, well, you could go to forums, you could go all over and find different strategies on how to play a video game. But this one particular guide, I guess just had it all together. And so I decided to try that. And it wasn't even a video game I've played. And I put that one up, and it made money. It made its first sale within 2 hours. And I think,
nice.
That first week, there was somewhere around $500 or $600 made off of that. So, that was a very exciting thing to see, something that, completely outside of the realm of making money. Just somebody wanted to have some more strategies to play a video game. They were willing to pay extra money for that. And, I went on to do everything from different pet things to different health products to, just trying all these different realms out. Now, again, I haven't tried macrame, which now I get interested in going, I wonder if I could do sewing, macrame, these different things like that. I may just do it just because we've talked about it for so long. I think I've decided I might. So, but anyway, yeah, It was a video game strategy guide that I started with.
Awesome. So, what is it about Facebook ads that makes it so compelling to make? Like you said, that's got to be one of your favorites right now. What is it about Facebook ads that you like that works so well?
Well, again, it's showing up on somebody's page that I think they still see their Facebook page as very personal, even though there are ads on the side of it. And the ads are generally targeted to something they've already said they like. Right. So basically, for instance, with that particular Facebook ad that I did, I looked for people who said they liked that video game. So they took the time to go, I like this, I like this TV show, and I like this video game. So they already said it was incredibly targeted to them already. And I figured, well, if they're playing that game, I found one of the keywords that they wanted to become this diamond level. So in the Facebook ad, man, I made sure it said how to get diamond level, which is what the strategy guide did help you learn how to do it really fast. So, it's just hitting, the only people that are seeing it are the people that actually already said that's what they want. And it's showing up on their personal page. And to me, that definitely is some sort of trigger for it. It's not like they're just going to Google and typing it in and then they see it on an ad on the side. It just, I think, feels more personal.
So it's that ability to get potentially interested people. So a targeted crowd, get your offer in front of a targeted crowd very, very quickly.
Yeah, and I think there are some things that are still seem personal to people. I think that Facebook fan pages do that, Facebook ads, and I think Twitter does that, because if they've put that they like something in their bio, or there's something they talk about a lot, keywords that they use that they're talking about a lot. I think that there's still this element of thinking that those areas are very personal to them, again, rather than Google, which they know is just, it's just a search engine. So if they type in a keyword and they're seeing all these ads, they're just like, oh, well, that's just sales stuff. This isn't personal to me, even though they typed in that keyword. I think this still just triggers something that, Twitter and Facebook are very personal to them still.
Right. It makes a lot of sense. Yeah. And of course, Facebook ads, it does cost some money to place those ads. However, it's a pretty economical price. And as long as you kind of make sure that your offer that, of course, it's a numbers game and a certain amount of people convert and buy, but as long as you can make sure you can make a certain amount off of each sale to cover your costs. So, just to throw out a number, like if you know that you can make $15 on a sale, and even if you have to spend $10 getting enough people to see that offer to buy it, you still make that $5 profit. And of course, if somebody walked up to you on the street and said, hey, if you give me $10, I'll give you 15 back. Well, you'd wonder, how many people can I do that exchange with? I'll do that all day long, because by the end of the day, or the end of the week or month or whatever, it adds up over time. And I'm just throwing numbers out there. I'm not saying, just to get, but that's the mechanics of how that would work. And I guess that's the reason why Facebook is quicker. I mean, it's kind of like you can exchange time or money. Either you spend a bit of money to get the traffic fast through something like Facebook ads, or you use something like Twitter or Facebook fan page, where it takes a little bit of time to get some targeted people, but you still relatively quickly could start making some sales. But because of your ability to target just the right people very easily, at least you're getting in front of the right people and not wasting time just kind of scattershotting your offer all over the place, hoping that somebody might be interested.
Yeah, and I think Twitter is probably the fastest way I've seen to grow a very specific list for free. Right. Because you talked about urban survival, and I started a survival Twitter thing because, I'm trying all these different things out and seeing what's working. And, relatively quickly, I was able to get, 1,000 people following my Survivor guy Twitter. I can't think of what the word is.
Twitter stream.
So, and then I was able to, send those people to, really good blog posts and whatever. And then I was able to send them to ads and make money off that. So, there's just very specific ways to do that. But, you can, create a list of people that, have actually decided, yes, I'm going to follow this person. And I can do that by, searching and going, okay, what people are interested in whatever the market is. So in this case, urban survival, and I had already found a product that I could send these people to, an affiliate product like we've been talking about. And, once a day or so, I will send them that offer. But throughout the day, I'm also sending them to videos about urban survival that are free, some other stuff. So I've created different value for them. And then every once in a while, I'll shoot out an actual offer. And, this particular, and I've done this with a bunch of different areas, not just urban survival. And it's quite fascinating. I mean, in the last couple of months, I had a week where I made $1,800 doing this on a particular market. And the highest I've ever made with Twitter with one tweet was $11,000. So, and this is all, again, Twitter's free. So, building up a list is just knowing the different mechanics of how to do it, how to, give the content away, how to engage your audience. And then, so that when you do put out an offer, they're not annoyed by it. And, it's amazing. And it's, the Twitter thing, I've got it down to where I can definitely start putting out those ads in under a month. So, it's not as fast as 2 hours, but of course, to do the 2-hour thing, you got to put out money first. So the free way, the fan page and the Twitter page is where if you don't have any money to put into it, you can still build a list and make money from it very quickly.
So with the Facebook thing, you're putting out a little money. You're telling Facebook, hey, I want to target people interested in this video game, and I'm willing to pay, a certain amount to have this ad placed on the pages of those people. So when they're visiting Facebook, they might see my ad, they might click on it, and a certain percentage will buy. You said that with Twitter, you went and built up a following. Can you kind of give a basic idea of how you do that? So let's say you get a niche idea in your mind, macrame or whatever, and you go, okay, I'm going to build up a Twitter following around this so I can start selling stuff. What's kind of the basic process? How does that work?
Yeah, you can search and find out what people are talking about. So you can search and use the word macrame, and you'll find people talking about macrame. And then I will follow those people that are talking about macrame. And there's even upper tricks and different things, finding people that have macrame in their bio, right? In the little bio that you get on Twitter. Maybe those people are even a little bit more targeted, and the people following them are more targeted. So if I find somebody that happens to be the expert on macrame, I will go and follow all of her followers, because they're clearly interested in this person and macrame. So there's just things like that where you're just trying to find people that are already interested. Again, it's just a different form of doing the same thing with traffic. You're trying to target people that are already interested in what you have. You're not trying to change their, you're not trying to go to hunters and get them interested in macrame. You're just trying to go find people that are already interested in that. So that that when you're offering them free information about macrame or videos about special techniques or products on it, they're already interested.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. I mean, and that's one of the cool things about Twitter is that, you can very quickly, right now I could go to search.twitter.com and find very quickly a handful of people that are interested in macrame, follow them, and then some percentage of those people will follow me back. Whereas like if I walked into a store that sold knitting and macrame and craft stuff and said, hey, can I get a list of your customers? They're going to look at you and go, no, But if I were to go online and they had a Twitter following of 2,000 people, well, I've got a pretty good idea that those 2,000 people are probably interested in what it is that I want to offer as well. So it's just so cool that you can hone right in on those kinds of people using a tool like Twitter.
Yeah, you can, there's different things where you can even find big companies that might have followers that are interested in as well. Like if you were teaching something about growing organic food, well, you could go to something like Whole Foods and follow those people, and people will look and see, like when you follow them, they'll look and go, oh, what's this guy about? Oh, he's about organic food. That's not why I go to Whole Foods. I won't follow him back. That's fine. Right? They will self-select by following you back or not.
Right. Now, look, let's talk a little bit about the fan page thing. Ads, okay, you pay for it. You tell them what kind of people to show the ads to. Twitter, you can go and find people with followings that are similar to what it is that you're wanting to follow. How does that work with a fan page? So I create a macrame fan page. How do I get people to that fan page? Still, in order for me to show ads on my fan page, content, and then ads, or like then a quick, I guess I should say recommendation rather than ad. Like, so maybe you're like giving tips on your fan page about macrame, and they're like, hey, this is one of my favorite places to go buy macrame supplies with an affiliate link to that site. But that doesn't matter if I've got 0 fans on my fan page. So people are probably wondering, well, how do you get fans on your fan page?
Well, as far as all three of the strategies, it's definitely probably the most passive way. It takes a little bit longer as well. Like, you want to make sure that your Facebook fan page has, the keyword that you're trying to, target. So if it's macrame, it would be, lovers of macrame or whatever, macrame fan page or whatever. And then when people search for that on Facebook, then they'll see it there. But another way you can even do it, if you do want to put some money up front on it, is you make a Facebook ad pointing just to your fan page. And Facebook actually doesn't charge you as much to do that. As if you keep where your ad is pointing on Facebook, you don't pay as much. So I've used this to, create different fan page and start building it up. And what happens, though, is, one of the ones I did, for a couple of days, I ran an ad pointing people to it. And I got 200 or 300 people actually clicked like. And then what happened is, on Facebook, I was pointing to different blog posts and different YouTube things and videos on different things. And what happened is, people would like it and comment on it and things like that. And then other people that they were friends with would, start going over and liking it. So, even with just 200 or 300 people, it started growing relatively fast because people were, sharing and liking and commenting on different posts that I was putting up. So I figured, well, I can't remember. I wish I could remember exactly how much. I maybe spent $40 or $50 or whatever to get those first 200 or 300 people. And then it just kept growing from there. And then finally, somebody that was kind of an influencer in that market saw, and he shared one of my posts. And then all of a sudden I had just this huge growth because of it. And it was because I was sharing very relevant, very interesting stuff to that market. And then again, every once in a while I would put out, oh, here's what I use, or, I would do recommendations to actual products and make money from it.
Awesome. Good stuff. And I guess, one other way to do it, because can be more, like you said, a passive method unless you're willing to put the ads to the Facebook fan page. Especially if you were to pick something very specific like macrame, it's going to, it might be a while to wait for people who are interested in macrame to go searching and find a macrame page and become a fan of it. And, so it seems like what works really well with fan pages is to choose a little more mainstream popular things and, have people become a fan of that. Like a big example would be to start a Lady Gaga page. Certainly if you started a Lady Gaga page, you're going to probably be more likely to have some people just kind of naturally find the page. Now, of course, knowing that Lady Gaga people would be interested in macrame, well, that's not the right fit necessarily. So you might have to be kind of creative and think, okay, well, is there some big craft, I don't know, like starting a Rachel Ray fan page or something, and then, having affiliate offers going to like cooking guides and things like that, I guess would be an example, because Rachel Ray is a brand name that people might more be searching for and wanting to be a fan of. And then finding like that, it's a pretty easy connection to this little niche that you're interested in, I guess would be another way to go about doing that.
Yeah. And I saw somebody doing something like that, had a Star Wars fan page. And he had links going to, crazy things, like he was selling something from Amazon, an R2-D2 statue that was like $250. Now, even though
Wow.
you get tiny commissions from Amazon, how many of those do you sell, to where it actually becomes a value when you've got 285,000 fans?
Right.
And he had just a bunch of different tricks and ways on his fan page to send them to places where they would buy stuff. So, that was him targeting, I'll just pick a market that's really big, like Star Wars, and I'll just sell everything Star Wars related on it. So that was an interesting way to do it as well.
Nice. Yeah, that's a cool example. So there you go. There's some ideas we're throwing out there that you can think about for making money online quickly. Again, it's just about having an offer as quickly as possible. So you can either do that by finding someone else's product that you can promote as an affiliate, or doing one of our favorite things of just, throwing down a schedule to do a coaching call series, and that forces you to get it done and get paid while you're making your product. And that can be done, again, with free services like freeconference.com and like PayPal to take your payments and things like that. So there's a couple ideas for product. And then on the getting that following and audience side very quickly, there's Facebook ads, there's Twitter, and there's Facebook fan page. One tool that our coaching students have been using, and we've been going in and showing them specifically how we use this, but you can feel free to check it out for yourself, is fastfollowing.com, as a tool that kind of automates and makes that process of building up a Twitter following very quickly. Again, that's fastfollowing.com if you want to check that out. And they've got a free trial and a bunch of tutorials there to show you how to use that and get up and running really quickly. But, just take whatever those pieces and snap them together, whatever sounds good to you, an audience and an offer. And, very quickly you could be making money, whether it's in a couple hours with Facebook ads, or maybe a couple weeks or so with the Twitter and the Facebook fan page route. Of course, your results will vary depending on what niche and different things that you've chosen. But definitely in the scheme of things, these are very quick ways to test out a niche, boost that confidence, because you're like, wow, cool, I made some money off of this, and then maybe have a bit of money to invest back into your business to help accelerate that growth. And if you have any, when you have some results with these tips that we've given, we'd love to hear about that, and we can share it on the show here as a breakthrough. So in this episode's breakthroughs, we wanted to bring to you a couple breakthroughs from our current coaching course. We've had, them at the end of each of our modules sharing the ideas and breakthroughs that they've had. So these are kind of, breakthroughs from the trenches, people going through the process right now. And so we want to share with those, with you for whatever insights. And so right now, the people in our coaching course are going through like modules 1 and 2. So they're looking at their goals and designing the kind of lifestyle and business and system that they want to have. And then also starting to choose their niche, finding the right topic, the right kind of audience that they want to build their business around. So this first one comes from Mary, and she sent in, after going through Module 1, she sent the following in. She said, Module 1 was truly validating. I absolutely love working hard, but I love freedom as well. It's motivating and energizing to me to create value for our customers, to be there for my family, and have a comfortable income to help realize my dreams. The section on fears was right on, and I have found the fears kind of come and go, but they never stay. And I am pretty driven to realize this dream.
Nice.
So yeah, that was really cool to read and find out. We do have a whole section just about the typical fears that people run into. And it's true. I mean, fears do come and go. And even now, it's not like we've overcome every fear there ever is and we never run into fears. I mean, there's always then new fears that come up. So really what's important is realizing that, the fears, they do come and go. They're not going to overwhelm and kill you. And also just kind of, I think, building up that confidence in yourself to be able to face the fears and deal with them in the moment. And that's one of the things we like to have people do in that first module is like write down and start writing down what are all the fears that you might be having right now and think about each of them a bit and talk to somebody about them a bit. And a lot of times just that right there can help you kind of like just place them to the side and get them out of your way. So that's really cool to read about. I'm glad that worked out for you that way, Mary.
Yeah, and I love to hear people, having breakthroughs in that module 1 because, getting the mindset right and understanding this stuff is absolutely critical. And again, I just don't see people really talking about it, but it's absolutely necessary before you try and pick your niche. So I'm glad to see that.
Absolutely. The next one comes from Vaughn, and this is from the module. It's all about niche selection, module number 2. He said, it was a pleasant surprise to go through each part of the instant business generator and then see that my business niche seemed to just appear as a natural result of doing the worksheet. Even choosing the web address was simply a direct result of just doing each worksheet exercise. So the Instant Business Generator is a worksheet that we've put together to help people, really narrow in. They go through different sections and do some brainstorming and some, various exercises to help them, by the end, put together what we call a business that can't fail, meaning it's a business that's been based on what's fulfilling you, what fulfills you most, strengths-based, and it's also you do a few things to make sure that it's something that will be focused and profitable enough so that you don't, get too scattered or off track. And so it's great to hear that it works so well with Vaughn. And we do find that a lot. It's very, very fulfilling to see people at the beginning of Module 2 going, I just have no idea what my business is going to be about.
Yep.
And then by the end, after going through that, they're like, wow, I didn't even know, like it was within me that whole time. And just by going through that, now all of a sudden there it is, and I'm so excited to get started. And he did choose a really great niche, so I'm excited for Vaughn to see that continued progress with this new business that he's putting together.
Yeah, and I always love, again, hearing about people getting success with that instant business generator, because that's like 7 years of all of our knowledge on how to pick a niche. And, we have constantly worked on that because the number one issue people seem to have with starting an internet business is the issue of, I don't know what my niche is. So we're like, we have to create something that's fast and easy for them to do that, because obviously if they don't do this, they can't get through the whole rest of our system. You have to do this. So, again, that's just awesome to see that somebody's saying how easy. It appeared as a natural result. It wasn't like, I struggled for 4 weeks. You know what I mean? It's just like, as you go through it, it helps you just instantly find that.
So it's just a couple of the breakthroughs from our current coaching course we wanted to share with you because there's some great lessons to pull out of that. But thank you very much, Mary and Vaughn, for sharing those with us. And then we also just wanted to point out we have some new posts back on the blog. I know a lot of people listen to the show faithfully, but they might not realize that we also post written content on the blog on a regular basis at internetbusinessmastery.com. Just to give you an idea, a couple blog posts I've done recently. One is 3 ways to instantly double your learning speed. Some great tips there about how to speed up this process of consuming a lot of information. And then we also have one called 5 Ways to Instantly Generate Blog Content Ideas, answering that question. How do you guys come up with so many ideas for your content? Don't you just run out after a couple months? So I thought it'd be handy to write a blog all about that. And then actually just today, as of recording this episode, brand new guest post all about passive income from Android apps. Both some surprises and lessons from longtime listener Tim McKenzie, who's sharing his experience in that. So if any of those sound interesting, definitely make your way over to internetbusinessmastery.com and check those posts out and share your insights and comments on the blog as well.
And remember, there's a live question and answer call each month for coaching members where you can ask us anything about starting and running your internet business. Not a coaching member yet? No problem. Just visit internetbusinessmastery.com/coaching to get the latest information about our coaching program.
It's time for the Internet Business Quick Tip.
One thing that people ask and wonder about from our blog is when they go there and they click on the Archives tab up in the navigation, and that takes to kind of a nice, neat organization of our past content. So there's a little box with our most recent content and a box with our most recent podcasts. And then there's kind of a topic index, and there's, a list of different categories. Or if you go to my jasonvanorden.com blog, I've got a nice box the way that it's, written out with the different months and things that people can check out. And because kind of the default behavior of WordPress is just to throw down this mess of links. And, if your blog has been going for a little while, it can really add up and get messy. Just have this long list of months and dates and topics and things. So there's a nifty little plugin that we found and use on our site that helps put together these more user-friendly, organized archive pages, which are really nice to have because you do want, to get people back to some of that older content, have that older content still working for you, still getting people to connect with you. So the name of the plugin for WordPress that we use is called Smart Archives for WordPress. Smart Archives for WordPress. It's from a site called Hypertext. And we'll put a link to that in the show notes that you can find at internetbusinessmastery.com, or you can Google for that to find as well. You might need, a little technical help getting it set up. It's not too bad to set up. It's not one of these just kind of plug it in and activate and off it goes. It does need a little bit of setup, but it definitely is worthwhile because of the user friendliness it will bring to that archives page, which incidentally is one of our top 17. We have a checklist in our academy of 17 things that every website should have, and an easy way to browse those archives is one of them. So that plugin can certainly make that happen quickly and easily for you.
If you'd like to get dozens of resources such as this one, you can find them in the Internet Business Mastery Academy, along with video tutorials showing you exactly how we use many of them. So to get your risk-free trial membership to the Academy, go to internetbusinessmasteryacademy.com.
You've been listening to the iconoclasts of the 9 to 5 Sterling and Jay. Sterling and Jay invite you to discover one of their most popular video programs ever, the Online Business Freedom Formula. Visit freevideogift.com right now to get instant access to this life-changing video series, pulled directly from the acclaimed Internet Business Mastery Academy membership community. Go now to freevideogift.com. Take control. Make more money. Start an internet business today.